Hey neighbor, Greg here with growhouse.com. Today we're going to talk about what you need to direct seed this fall. We're going to go over the different zones, the timing and all that kind of stuff. Now I picked out some of our top sellers today. We're going to go through that and we're going to talk about how you plant them. Now this direct seeding means, if you don't know, that you put seeds directly in the ground. We're not transplanting any of these. There's a whole host of plants that we have to grow out as transplants and transplant into the ground. We're talking about direct seeding. Direct seeding is easy because anybody can do it. You don't need no kind of specialized equipment to do it. Simply take the seeds, spread them out there and cover them up and water them and they come up. Unlike transplants, it takes some equipment and some knowledge to start the seed, grow them as a transplant and transplant them into the ground. So direct seeding only, the easiest things to grow. And also just about all these we're going to be talking about today can be grown in small areas, such as a 4x8 raised bed. And these are what we consider cool season crops that work wonderful in the fall of the year. So I have wrote down some frost dates, or the average time of the year in the fall that we start getting cold weather frost for zones 5 through 9 here. Okay, zone 5, if you're in zone 5, we're talking about mid-October is your average time of the year that you're gonna start getting what we call frost. And that's somewhere around 32 degrees or somewhere there. Zone 6, late October. Zone 7, the 1st of November. Zone 8, mid-November. And us, we're in zone 9, November the 22nd. Now you guys in 10, y'all pretty much, it doesn't matter, y'all can grow all winter long because it just didn't get that cold for you. So anybody on this list here today, 5 through 10, can go ahead and start planting these. Some of these can wait a little bit longer according to what zone you're in. Example of that, us in zone 9, we can wait till the 1st of October to get started on this. But you guys in zone 5, 6, and 7, it's probably a good time to get started direct seeding these as soon as possible. So let's dig into it. The first one is rainbow carrot seed. Now this is our top selling carrot right here. This particular one is in a seed tape. We do have Corota and some different that are just regular seeds. Carrots are notorious for being hard to germinate. I just talked to a guy the other day and he said, Greg, tell me what I'm doing wrong on my carrots. I said, man, you just gotta keep them wet, wet, wet. He was wetting his once a day, and that's simply not enough. You just got to keep them wet, wet, wet for 2 to 3 weeks for them to come up. 2 to 3 times a day is not too much to wet them, and you need to plant them shallow, and therefore they dry out real quick. So carrots are hard to get up, but once you get the hang of it, man, it's a wonderful crop to grow. So it is time now for you guys in 5, 6, and 7, and maybe 8 to get your carrots planted. Us in 9 and 10, and maybe even 8, we can wait till the 1st of October and this works out wonderful. Number 2 is Detroit dark red beet. This is our most popular beet right here. And this one right here, I got where I can't see, 50 days to maturity. So we can get this in the ground. All of these that I'm telling you about today will take some cold weather at the end. They don't like a lot of cold weather when they first come up, and those plants are really tender. But when these plants get big, they actually perform well when they get a little cold weather on them. So this is perfect to plant now for you guys up north. Cold hits them a little bit, makes them even better, and you can have some nice beets. Enjoy the tops too. Us in zone 9, and maybe even 8 and 10, you got the 1st of October is a wonderful time to plant these beets right here. Now this is Florida broadleaf mustard, and this may just be a southern thing. If you know, you know, but us southerners love our mustard. This right here is 45 days to maturity. I am going to wait till October to plant this. Now you guys up north, go ahead and get your Florida broadleaf mustard or any kind of mustard direct seeded, because you're going to be getting some cold weather on them in a little while, and that's okay. They're going to stand it, but you need to go ahead and get them up and get them going. For us, mid-October is a good time to plant these right here, 45 days maturity. And the good thing about those is we can plant another plants 2 to 3 weeks apart, so we can have an ample supply going all the way into the wintertime. Premium greens mix. Now I left lettuce off this list specifically because lettuce does better to me as a transplant, but this premium greens mix is a lettuce but it does really good direct seeded if you got a nice, clean, prepared seed bed, such as that 4x8 raised bed that you can really tend to. This right here grows off quickly and gives you a great salad here. It's all these salad greens in there that's mixed of different colors. A wonderful way to grow your greens right here, and it doesn't take much of them. Now this is 21 days to maturity, so we can start now because our nights are cooling off some and lends itself well to growing these lettuces. So we can start now, and we can keep this stuff right here, just continually planted every 2 weeks or so. So we got a constant supply of these lettuces going all the way into the wintertime, because they will take a good bit of cold weather, especially after we get them up. Now this right here can kind of go both ways. This is kohlrabi, okay? We have kohlrabi in seed tape. We have it in regular seeds here. You can transplant it or you can direct seed it. If you transplant it, the stem is can be a little tender sometimes, hard to pull, hard to handle. So you can direct seed these right here. Just make sure you don't get them too thick. That's one reason I like the seed tape here. Now this particular one is 45 days to maturity. It's fairly quick. Start planting this now. Every 2 weeks or so, plant you some more. You'll have a constant supply of kohlrabi. Now, if you've never grown kohlrabi before, it's a cool season crop. Now is a wonderful time to try it. We got to talk about onions, folks. This right here is what we classify as a bunching onion. This is that onion you see in the grocery store that gets about as big as around as your finger. They got them in these little bunches right here. A lot of people call them a lot of different things. Scallions, salad onions, all kind of things like that right there. Love growing these because I love eating them, all right? You can grow these, they're easy to grow. You can plant them now. Don't plant a lot of them. A 4x8 raised bed, you can plant them fairly thick. Parade is our best selling variety right here. It's a wonderful hybrid. Got a lot of vigor, it does good. Plant these now, plant them again in 2 to 3 weeks. Keep you a constant supply of these as well. If you're a big fan of these bunching onions, these things are easy to grow and they're a wonderful addition to any meal. And we got to talk about radishes. French breakfast radish, the most popular radish we have. Look here, 25 days maturity. If you like radishes, plant you some and just keep your some planted going all the way into the wintertime. You can start planting these now. Easy to grow. A beginner gardener should be growing radishes because they just dadgum easy. And for some reason or other, kids love to grow radishes. I guess because it's so easy and everybody can be successful with them. I love them. I love to eat them on salad. I love to eat them out in the garden. Now this may be something a lot of you are not familiar with. Rutabagas, probably more of a southern thing too. Now when I was coming up, my mother fixed rutabagas all the time. I was later in life before I appreciated them as much as I do now. When I was a young man or a young boy, I didn't care for them too much, but it's kind of acquired a taste for me. Rutabagas are a cool season crop we plant in the fall of the year. It takes a little bit longer than some of the rest of them. Man, 95 days, if I'm seeing that right, to get those big roots. Now, rutabagas is one of those things we can enjoy the greens off as well. The greens are delicious to stir fry, but we're really after that big root. And these things are stored for a long, long time. So a good winter supply food right here is rutabagas. Plant that now so that you get them up, get them hardened off before that cool weather comes in. Turnips, which is similar to rutabagas, they both make that root into the ground, but turnips are a little bit different. They're not near as, don't take near as long to grow, 50 days to maturity. You can plant those anytime. I'm gonna plant mine around October. You guys up north, go ahead and get them in the ground. Enjoy the tops, enjoy the roots. Wonderful, easy to grow. And then the last one we have right here is the purple top. I'm just gonna show you, we have it in a seed tape as well, because your turnips and your rutabagas right there, spacing is important. If you get them too thick, they're not gonna do well. So the seed tape is really good because the spacing is already worked out there for you. So if you're planning on planting any of these, keep that in mind. And if you're doing just a small area, seed tape is a no-brainer. All of these are going to do wonderful for you this fall, and you need to be thinking about planting these that you think you're going to enjoy. Go ahead and be getting your beds ready if you are in that 8, 9, and 10 to be ready to pounce on it come October. You guys up north, go ahead and get them in the ground, and next thing you know, you'll have a wonderful food supply going into the wintertime.